This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Glitter and Lasers through Colin Mockery. Actually, we're watching Colin talk about glitter and lasers because Colin makes some really good points in his video. He also says a couple things that I need to add my 2 cents to. I will say ahead of time, if you notice a gray dot or a shadow, if you will, on the camera lens, it is what it is. I'm working on it. If you don't notice it, thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. I'm almost at 8,000 and I just did the 6,000 Q&A. So I don't think I'm going to do a Q&A for 8,000. When we get to 8,000, I will let you guys know what I'm planning to do. It does require a little bit of research first, but it's going to be great, you guys. It's going to blow your minds. But just know that I do have a plan that I'm working on finalizing for 8,000. It's different. Very exciting. It's going to blow your minds. I think I already said that. What else does she usually say? Super secret, you guys. I can't tell you about it yet. Mainly because I don't know all the details myself. Yeah, I just did a video on principles of dark anthropology and glitter and lasers. I always feel like I need to do this when I talk about this. And glitter and lasers. But Colin's video here, and I noticed that she put out a bunch of shorts, and I know she does a lot of stuff on TikTok, and I was thinking, oh, I'll go do, a TikTok catch up with glitter and lasers, but Colin catches most of the important stuff in this video, and when I was watching it, and I was listening to him, I was just like, okay, yeah, I kind of feel like this is like a recap, and I don't really need to go rehash any of it, because there are some things that Colin points out, and some things that Colin says that I really want to add on to, kind of like I do when I watch Sam at Every Size. I really like watching Colin, and I like having this digital conversation that we have, this parasocial relationship that we have. Also, he mentions a podcast in here. One other thing I would like to say, and this is mostly Colin's doing, which is the other reason I really want to watch this video. It has been a really, really, really long time since I have been involved in anything resembling the skeptics community, and it's kind of really cool to hear Colin talking about being a skeptic and also talking about all of the things that I watched and listened to and talked about, and just, it's really kind of neat hearing, because Colin, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, Colin has to be at least 10, if not 20 years younger than me. I'm not entirely sure how old Colin is. So it's just really cool. This is going to sound, I'm so old. It's really cool just seeing a younger generation who is as passionate about skepticism as I was at his age. And I'm old, leave me alone, grandma over here. But it's just really kind of nice. It's really interesting to hear some of Colin's backstory and hearing that he comes from a very similar origin story as a lot of the skeptics that I used to hang out with. I myself do not come from a strictly religious background, which a lot of skeptics do. So I got the benefit of that. I wasn't raised that way. I was actually raised as a freethinker and a skeptic, if you will. If you will. We didn't have those words back when I was getting raised. We hadn't developed vocabulary yet. But it's just really nice. And it's very fun. And it just kind of drives forward. It just kind of reminds me that one of the reasons why things like the crap that Amber tries to pull, the crap that Glitter and Lasers that Anna tries to pull, why it gets under my skin so much is because it violates the principles of skepticism, right? Both of them are trying to create a reality without evidence, and they want people to believe them and follow them without evidence. And I am a very evidence-based person. Don't get me wrong. I've got the shit that I do that I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to accept these things because it makes my life better. So I guess what I was trying to say is that it's really refreshing to see a skeptic talking about skepticism openly like this in a platform that has nothing to do with, like, typically you hear this in like a lot of religious talk. It's nice to see it being done in other fields, other topics, because skepticism should be applied across the board. And it also like reinvigorates me. So if you hear me talking about skepticism and skeptical topics and logical fallacies and that kind of stuff going forward, it's because of Colin. So you can go blame him. But you know, it's important, I think, especially let me put on my own little tinfoil hat, especially in today's day and age where we literally do not teach critical thinking in school whatsoever anymore. And I think that's more than evident just off of the people that I see on TikTok and the crap I hear through the grapevines. It's a skill that needs to be taught, and we are not teaching it to our children anymore. And so we have generations of people that don't know how to critically think, but they think they are educated and they think that they are authorities on topics that they don't know anything about. And that's not entirely their fault, but at the same time, it needs to be pointed out. Anyway, needs to be. So this is Colin's most recent video. It's 14 hours old as of today, which is July the 19th at a bright and sunny 10 a.m. I know for some of you that's not the crack of dawn, but for me it kind of is. I've been staying up until 2 in the morning playing Project Zomboid. Someone needs to come take my game away from me. Anyway, where are we at? Yeah, so this is Glitter and Lasers, what I ate in a day. That's not ate, that's eat. Glitter and Lasers, what I eat in a day, talking about mental health, and attending Lymph church. That lady. Boy, when we get there. Oof. This video is 26 minutes long and some change. I'm going to speed it up to time and a quarter, just because I like watching the videos a little faster. So if Colin seems particularly animated, that's because I've sped him up. For those of you who speed me up at home, he's going to be really animated because Colin's not a slow talker. So Colin also does this thing where he puts in like timestamps. I should probably start doing that. I should do that, especially on my DA videos. I need to go back and put timestamps on the last one. Anyway, all right, enough rambling. We are going to continue to use the same concepts of dark anthropology that I addressed in the last video. Those being concept of the cultural shadow, principle of covert motivations, concept of I'm going to start saying concepts. Principles has a different meaning. But the concept of covert motivation, I'm scrolling through my notes, the concept of power dynamics, which is kind of a big deal with these, the concept of intent versus reception. We're also going to continue to talk about, well, the concept of manipulative dialogue, again, kind of big throughout these videos, her TikToks especially. We're not going to talk about institutional manipulation this time, but we are going to talk about ethical responsibility a lot with Anna. So there's that. All right, so I'm going to try to remember to hit on those as we go through the video. I think that's more than enough preamble at this point. So I gotta come set up. I do. It is the morning. I'm not as spicy with Colin. Maybe I should be. Maybe I should be. Maybe I should be. All right, let's get started.
Hello, friends.
Hi.
I'm Colin, and welcome back to my channel. Ugh, I can't sit like this. I got these.
Boy, same. All right. Things I need Colin to address. His knitting, especially those colors back there. What's going on with that, man? Excuse you. I want to know who did the artwork on his walls, especially his drawings, these sketches. I feel like at one point he said he did those, but I cannot honestly remember. So I need a refresher on that. What is with the Barbie dolls? They are cool. Kind of reminds me, I think it was the New York guy who used to have like a Barbie doll garden, and he would like change the Barbie dolls up. Or maybe he was in DC. Anyway, it would change the different poses of the Barbie dolls up and give them like different flair and stuff throughout the year. So what's going on there? I see some crafting glue, sir. So these are the things I need to know. These are the burning, dying. Oh, what are these? Are these brat dolls? What is going on? There are your questions, Colin.
I lost weight, so I'm having trouble finding jeans in like twink size. So I got these from the little boys section, and like the waist fits, but the legs are like way tighter than normal. Aretha Franklin asked in her hit song, Freeway of Love, how'd you get your pants so tight? And I'll tell you, by shopping in the kids section. Well, we're gathered here to talk about Glitter and Lasers again because she's posted a few new videos that I want to talk about. Oh, and if you're new here and you're unfamiliar with this whole adventure, Hi, her name is Anna, and she has lipedema. She had liposuction to help treat her lipedema about 2 weeks ago. Actually, I think like exactly 2 weeks ago. Anna did something that I really thought she'd never do. She posted a what I eat in a day video.
So before we get into the what I eat in a day video, I have seen it. And it is obviously performative. It does definitely follow under it falls under the principles of power dynamics, the idea of power dynamics here, because Anna is trying to control her audience's view of what she eats, and Anna has always done this. One of the reasons why Anna does not share what she eats on the regular is because if we don't know, we can't be critical. And the few times that she did put together TikToks or during her whole like just the way I like it phase, she got a lot of pushback and a lot of criticism for it because she was trying what she was trying to do, again, intent versus reception. She was trying to show her audience how she was a high protein girly. This was during her whole I'm a fitness influencer phase. And so she was trying to show us all of these high protein meals that she was creating. But the problem was that she wasn't measuring, she wasn't weighing, she wasn't taking fat into consideration. Fat's good in the right proportions, right? These were not those proportions. So these meals that she would create, though they looked good and they looked tasty, they also were like thousands of calories. And she would have these giant servings on her plate when she would be like doing her little weird taste tests. Those were strange. She doesn't know how to, because she doesn't do it a lot, she doesn't eat on camera very comfortably, which is fine. But it does make it look weird when she does finally decide to eat on camera. Or she'll take her little bite. Honestly, if Anna decides to not go the route of the mukbang, I am totally okay with this. So in this particular what I eat in a day, it's been months since we've gotten anything resembling a this is what I eat, aside from the protein chips. No, even that. Yeah, no, it's been months now since she's done anything showing us what her says we've seen. So it's been months since we've seen what a typical meal might look like for her. I know she showed us her eating like a tortilla dog wrap or something at the airport on her way to the Disney cruise. But I mean, that's airport food. I don't really feel like that's like typical everyday food. One might argue that bagels and smear are part of her regular diet, but we don't really know. So the whole like smug bagel clip, I don't know. And her whole eating cotton candy while she was in New York thing. I mean, again, these are like vacation foods. I'm not going to try to say, oh, that's what she eats every day, because who eats cotton candy every day? Who would like to eat cotton candy every day? But anyway, the point is, the other thing I wanted to say about this particular what I eat in a day video that she puts together here, on top of being obviously performative and fake as shit. Somebody on, I want to say Reddit, went through and did the calorie breakdown for everything that she ate. I did not know there were that many calories in a cup of chickpeas. Holy crap, that salad like topped out around like, I want to say 600 to 800 calories. I didn't even know you could do that to salad. I'm not a salad fan, don't like it, don't typically eat it. That might be more obvious than not. I do like veggies though. But yeah, I was shocked at the number of calories that were in that salad. And then they also did a breakdown of the tortilla pizzas, I think they are, that she shows. And those looked good. Those looked good, and they definitely looked like something that I would maybe enjoy eating. I do like a crunchy pizza, or crunchy topped thingy. But somebody also was pointing out, in the same post, they were pointing out that each one of those is like 400-ish calories a piece. So I don't know. And I think they were just going off of a recipe that they found. Again, Anna doesn't give us any real details. She even says at the end of it, when she's eating the ice cream that she made, that she's not calorie counting and she's not eating in a deficit. Girl, when do you eat in a deficit? This is probably, as much as I'm saying this isn't a typical day of eating for her, because we know that she snacks a lot more than she shows us in this video, it's probably relatively close to what she eats. So I think the total for her breakdown, the total breakdown for that whole day of eating is like something around 4,000 calories or something crazy like that. You know what? So I'm going to have a confession moment here. I got on the Reddit, the one Reddit I know about. There's probably a million. Trying to find that post. I think I was on the farms when I found that post. Somehow I ended up on the farms the other day, and honest to God, I have no idea how I ended up there. I just opened up my browser and I was there. I don't know how I got there. But anyway, I was there. And I was like, well, might as well look around. So I did. And I think that's where I saw the post breaking down the calorie count of her what I eat in a day. Which also means I have no idea how to find that post again because I don't know how I got there. Anyway, so there you go. I've been on the farms once in my life. And yeah, it was a really interesting post. I'm sorry I can't find it. If somebody wants to send me the link to it, I'd be more than happy to put it up in another video. But anyway, my point is, the end of that, she had the end of the day was 4,000 calories that day. And this is her her recovery eating, which Colin does address a little bit because it's absolutely ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's keep going. Keep going.
Hi, my name's Anna. I have a condition called lipedema, and I've had a lot of questions about what I eat post-surgery, so let's do a what I eat in a day video. So one of the things they get on you about, literally right away is hydration.
She drinks more electrolytes than actual professional athletes, I would imagine. Off-season athletes. I won't say that they don't drink this much when they're actually doing whatever their athlete thing is, but when they're training and shit, she drinks more electrolytes doing jack shit than actual pro-level athletes do. It's ridiculous. Anna, honey, you don't need this. You are literally just pumping your body full of salt. It's pointless. You might need one of these, maybe. You don't do anything. It's like with Amber. You don't do anything to lose electrolytes. You don't need to replenish them every 2 hours.
So I drink liquid IV, sugar-free, pretty much in every jug of water I drink. We got a stable tripod now. This is what I'm having for breakfast. This ratio protein, 25 grams. New brand for me, never tried it before. I'm also having this Simple Mills almond flour banana bread. This ratio was actually really
sounds
good.
terrible.
A little mid-morning snack. I'm having these little hummus pizzas for lunch.
Her mid-morning snack is a bodybuilder. That milk, that muscle milk, was aimed at bodybuilders when it first came out. Hence why it's called muscle milk. Why are you drinking that, Anna? What? Also, I think it tastes like crap, but these look nice. I don't like avocado, but these look nice. And that might not be avocado. It might be cucumber or zucchini or something.
I'm literally obsessed with these. I'm also having this Go-Go Active. It has electrolytes in it, so that's
You don't need them, Anna. Stop it.
on top of the water I'm also drinking at lunch. After the snack, I'm having Catalina Crunch. The cereals they make, disgusting, but the snack mix, next level.
I can't remember the last time I had a pack of snacks like this, honestly. I don't particularly care for them. I feel like they encourage mindless eating, and they kind of do. That's literally kind of what they've been designed to make you want to do. So I just don't buy them, and I don't eat them. And the few times I've had snack mixes, especially protein chips or protein snack mixes and that kind of stuff, they're grainy. They taste funny. I don't understand how people enjoy them, but I don't eat them on the regular either. So I guess maybe if I was a regular snacker and I was used to that sensation, maybe. But I think that's really what it comes down to. I don't eat potato chips. I don't eat corn chips. I don't eat snack mixes. I just don't. I don't typically eat them at any kind of interval. And I think that's part of the problem. I'm not trained. I haven't trained my taste buds to like that kind of stuff. Because I've had a lot of people on here who are like, oh yeah, this brand, that brand, the Quest chips, they're actually really good if you get XYZ. The chicken protein chips are really good if XYZ. And I think the problem is not that they aren't good. I think I just don't like that kind of stuff. So if you guys like it, I guess is my point. More power to you. But I just don't eat this stuff. So it doesn't even look appetizing to me. This looks it looks like you're eating cardboard.
So this is my dinner. It's a huge ass salad. It's got chicken. So somebody is trying to get some. At least somebody's trying to get some. In the summer, there is literally nothing better.
I know you guys want to tell me that this is an asexual thing, is to make these really cringy, weird, fucking awkward, inappropriate sexual jokes randomly in her videos, but it's just, I've known a couple ace people, just a couple, but they didn't act like this. That's not everybody. I get that point. I really do. But her shit is just, what it screams is desperate chick who's trying anything to get attention so someone will hang her curtains. It's just, that's what it screams, honestly. It doesn't scream ace. But again, I've only really honestly known 2 people, so there you have it. It hits weird. It's weird and it's awkward and it's cringy and it makes me uncomfortable. So there you go.
Then a huge ass salad. Last but not least, I'm eating this pumpkin spice, I guess like frozen yogurt I made with my Ninja Creamy. I don't want to hear any commentary about how
I don't know what a Ninja Creamy is, but it looks good.
it's not a summer treat. Pumpkin spice is not for summer. Now it is.
But let's assume that she ate that entire pint. I don't care if it is made out of pumpkin. Pumpkin's pretty dense, actually. So it's got to have some kind of cream in it, right? It's ice cream, right? Or yogurt or something. It's an entire pint. Who eats a whole pint? You know, I say that, and I know like 9 people in my comments are going to be like, I'd eat a whole pint of ice cream. I'm just judging Anna based on my own eating habits, I guess.
So good. Plus the pumpkin helps you poop, which is like a challenge after surgery, so. Yay!
Between you and April Lauren, I know more about post-surgery pooping than I ever wanted to know.
I'm obviously not eating in a calorie deficit, which you should not do post-surgery. You need to heal, and it's not the time to focus on losing weight. It's the time to focus on nourishing your body and helping it heal.
Why doesn't she get a compression garment that actually fits her? Like, it is so obvious that thing is too small. It's really weird. And I can understand how it's incredibly uncomfortable for her because it's probably like bad corseting everything around in her body. And I imagine it's incredibly uncomfortable, but it's so obvious it doesn't fit. She has to put like, I don't know what those are. Those like pads that she's got underneath the straps because they are cutting into her skin. You can see it. There's got to be a way or a different style of compression garment that she could get that isn't going to do that. I don't understand. It's like she purposefully wants to be uncomfortable.
Obviously, there's a lot to say about this. And the first thing I'll say about this video is, of course, you should provide your body with plenty of nutrients after you've had surgery. Eating at calorie maintenance after a surgery is a-okay for most people. However, that's not always the case. For example, people who get weight loss surgery. The whole point of that surgery is to force a calorie deficit. A lot of people will take multivitamins and drink like meal replacement shakes because it's so hard to get all those nutrients in after weight loss surgery. But it's totally fine for them to eat at an extreme calorie deficit because they're dangerously obese. When you're that overweight, eating at maintenance is almost as bad as eating at a surplus. Obviously, Anna didn't have weight loss surgery, but like even if she were eating a very nice, generous, and reasonable 2,000 calories a day, that
Which she was not. I mean, even eyeballing that, you can see she's not eating at a calorie deficit.
would be a calorie deficit, and it wouldn't be overly restrictive. And I'm not saying she has to do that, but I'm putting that forward because in this video, the way she's making it sound is that it would be bad or unhealthy to do that.
Colin. Anna is a fitness queen. She is solid muscle. All of that extra fat on her is just lipedema and loose skin. How dare you? Anna needs to eat 4,000 calories a day to maintain her gains. Were you not here for the fitness queen journey? Excuse you.
And in my opinion, I don't think that's the case. I don't even know why Anna is mentioning calories at all, because according to her, a calorie deficit won't work on her because of her lipedema. I don't believe that's true, and also it feels an awful lot like she's trying to have it both ways here. A calorie deficit doesn't work on her, but also how dare we insist she be in a calorie deficit, because clearly she shouldn't be right now because that would be unhealthy. And what's more, I did some digging and I found out I was wrong. I once said I didn't think Anna would ever post a video showing what she eats in a day, but it turns out this is not even the first one she's posted. She posted one in 2020, I believe, and it is remarkably similar to this one.
Here's what I eat in a typical day. First, I started with a goat cheese spinach frittata and some roasted sweet potatoes. It's one of my favorite.
She just, look, she eats weird on camera, and I honestly think it's because she doesn't do these very often. And so I know the few times I've had to take bites on camera, taken bites on camera, it feels weird, so you chew weird, right? We're not professional mukbangers over here.
Breakfast. Also with that, I drank a Perk energy drink just to get myself going because I was super tired that morning. Then I had a delicious
Are those cranberries or bacon? There's got goat cheese, cucumbers. I think those are cranberries and walnuts. 2 different kinds of tomato. You must really like tomato. I don't like tomato that much. And those are either like fried onions or bacon bits. That looks like feta cheese. I think she said it was goat cheese, but it looks like feta.
Cranberry bacon goat cheese salad. It was so yummy. My fave.
She just said cranberry bacon. Never mind.
Then for a little snack, I got myself some lentil chips and pizza flavor because why not? And for dinner, I had a nice steak, cauliflower gratin, and some roasted corn, and it was a good day.
I'm not sure what to say about that, except I do think it's interesting. I mean, there is this stereotype that salad is diet food or like the healthiest food, and rude people will often tell fat people they need to eat a salad. But I think it's interesting that for both of these videos, years apart, she does include a salad. I'm sure she likes them, but it does give one pause, doesn't it?
I honestly, he said that once from 2020, and this most recent one's what, 2024, so that's a 4-year gap. She has had other little videos, not what I eat in the days, but other little videos showing like little glimpses into what she actually eats. I don't think it's, I agree with him that the 2021 is also performative and also bullshit. I would totally eat that steak. That is a massive cut of steak, by the way. I mean, in my opinion, that's a massive cut of steak. I would not be able to eat that whole thing in one sitting. It would get eaten, just not in one sitting. But yeah, I agree with him that all of that looked very... And here's the other thing. Anna doesn't cook. And she doesn't cook well when she does cook. She showed us her cooking videos. And I don't know what the hell was going on in that last one that she put up with her slapping a spaghetti squash around. We never even saw what she ended up making out of it. It was just a weird video. But all of that food in the 2020 video looks really well done. Like, properly cooked. So I'm confused. I am confusion. But see, the same thing in the 2024 one. There wasn't a lot of like cooked food in that one. Trying to replay everything. Just those little pizza thingies. And those aren't that hard to do. I don't know. Maybe Anna can cook and she was just camera nervous? Nervous in front of the camera? I don't know. But because Anna doesn't show us anything, I don't know. You know? That cooking looked good. I would eat it. Compared to the meals that she made during her whole, just the way I like it, weird thing. Like, I wouldn't eat most of that. It didn't look appetizing to me, but whatever.
Feels a little intentional. I will say I've watched a ton of What I Eat in a Day videos. I hate TikTok with every fiber of my being, but I have watched a lot of What I Eat in a Day compilations on YouTube, just because I think it's a fascinating genre. All sorts of people make these kinds of videos of all sizes and levels of health. And I would say the majority of people, no matter who they are trying to prove something. I've made one What I Eat in a Day video on this channel, and even I was trying to prove something. In my case, my point was that you do need to weigh and measure things if you're going to count calories accurately, and that it truly does work. And that you can eat treats and still lose weight. For the people who emphasize, like, this is what I eat in a day as a plus-size person or a fat person or what have you, very often they fit into one of two categories. Either they're making the case that they eat extremely healthy, or they're trying to say, I don't care, I'm gonna eat whatever I want unapologetically. That's not everyone, of course, but there's definitely a trend. For the first category, there's a lot of begging the question. See, I eat healthy just like fat-phobic people say that I should, and I'm still fat.
The Cynical Dude has an entire series. As I move myself around. The Cynical Dude has an entire series on his channel called What I Eat in a Day. Does it say as a fat person? I just know he has an entire series. This is What I Eat in a Days, where he goes on TikTok and he looks at people's What I Eat in a Days. And it's almost always as a fat person. I think it's the hashtag he puts in there. Anyway, every single one of them that he pulls up that has the whole, like, I eat healthy as a fat person. And they're eating like roasted potatoes for breakfast with like a little side of a healthy omelet. And then later on, they'll have some fresh fruit for a snack. And then they'll have like a salad for lunch. And then for dinner, they'll have like a piece of roasted salmon with some broccoli on the side. Like, that's begging the question. And then they're like a 400 to 600 pound person. And you're just like, okay, what else did you eat today? And that's the kind of thing that goes back to the whole, like, bringing in skepticism into this. You're showing me this day of eating, and maybe you did eat that day. Maybe you did. I don't believe it, but maybe you did. right? The problem is you cannot maintain 300 to 600 pounds of excess weight by eating 17 to 2,000 calories a day. 17,000 to 200 calories, 2,000 calories a day. You just can't. You cannot. I don't care who you think you are, what you think you're doing, what disorder you think you have, or maybe do or don't have. You cannot do that. It is not possible. Which is why Anna does this what I eat in a day video, and she shows us that I didn't count the calories for the 2021. And she shows us 2,000 calories worth of food. What else are you eating, Anna? Because that is not everything you ate that day. Now, if that's all you're going to show us, then just say that. This is all I'm going to show you of what I ate today. That's fine, I guess, you know? But a lot of the fat acceptance people in Cynical Dudes videos where they're like, you know, I eat air for breakfast, and then I have some ice for lunch, and then for dinner I have a little mint. No, you don't. You just don't. And the fact that you think either you think that is actually what you're eating. I mean, Secret Eaters shows that people really don't understand how much they're eating, like, in a day, even though they're the ones eating it. Like, they're not in a blackout eating this food. They just don't think about it, right? So either you're there, you're just not thinking about how much you eat in a day, but you're telling yourself, oh, I only eat this salad and some toast for breakfast, you know. That's one thing, but that's delusional. Like, that's delusional. Or you are purposefully lying to further the misperception that morbidly obese people and overweight people eat just like skinny minis, just like everyday skinny mini peoples, and we just retain fat differently. No, you don't. Are you some other type of species? Are you not human? Because no, you don't. You don't. And so these people, the second category of people, are just lying. The first category of people, they're lying, but they're lying to themselves, you know. The second category, they're lying to you. They are manipulating you. They have a narrative that they need to be true in order for them to be allowed to remain obese, unbothered by society, right? So what they're trying to do is convince you, the viewer, that they just eat. They just eat like a bird all day long. No, just little tiny little nibbles here and there. They don't know why they're so fat. Huh? Anna's in that second category. Anna knows that if she shows us on the regular what she actually eats in a day, we'll be able to do the calorie counting for her because she clearly doesn't do it herself. And it will show that she's eating in excess of 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day to maintain her weight. Somebody postulated that she's eating somewhere around 6,000. I mean, it's entirely possible. We also don't know exactly how big Anna is. There's speculation that she's 550-ish pounds or somewhere around 600. She is also very tall. I say this in every video because it is actually important. Anna's goal weight is actually a little bit heavier than the average woman, right? So she's going to have a little extra weight on her even if she got down to an ideal weight, right? Because she actually is built to be heavier by like 10 pounds maybe. Right? If my ideal weight is 120, Anna's ideal weight might be like 130, 135. All right? She's not anywhere near that weight. Okay? So Anna is eating an excess of 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. You know? But she wants you to believe that she's only eating, I only eat about 18,000 calories a day. No, you don't. I eat around 18 to 2,000 calories a day, which is part of the problem. And I'm a third your weight. Maybe even less. This is Anna trying to control the narrative. This is Anna trying to... I know I say power dynamics, and I know that might not seem... I know when people think power dynamics, they're thinking like power play. Well, it is, actually. This is Anna. Anna has all the power here. Anna has control of the video. She has control of the perception. She has control of the editing until it gets released. So until that point, Anna has the power in this relationship between herself and her audience. Once it gets released, the intent is to bamboozle and lie to the audience and to make you think that she's this petite, healthy queen that just happens to be trapped in this body. You know, it's not her body, you guys. Her body's just fighting her. There's nothing she can do about it because she's totally not her body. But then the reception, this is intent versus reception now. The reception is her audience can clearly see, because we have eyeballs, how much she's actually eating. And we can also see that she's obviously eating on the regular more than she's claiming that she's eating, because you don't maintain that size without overeating. End of discussion. I know she has lipedema. I know, does she say she's got PCOS? I think that's the one thing she doesn't claim to have. Like, I know she's got Hashimoto's. You are not 550 pounds because you have lipedema and Hashimoto's. You just aren't. So anyway, she also hasn't mentioned Hashimoto's in a really long time, and I don't know if that's just Anna playing her cards close to her chest like she normally does, or if we've forgotten we have Hashimoto's. I don't know. It's hard to tell with Anna. She's not as bad as Amber. She doesn't seem to collect diagnoses like Amber does. But I do know that, like, for a hot minute there, she was trying to claim that she has ADHD. And people were really calling her out on it. And not because they didn't believe that she didn't have ADHD. It's just, she's never mentioned being diagnosed with it. Like, she has mentioned being diagnosed with other things. And it just kind of came out of nowhere. And people were like, oh, when did you get formally diagnosed with ADHD? Because we've never heard you talk about it before. And she hasn't been, from what I can tell. So she quit saying that she's got the ADHD now. I don't know if she does or doesn't have it. I just know that she's apparently never been formally diagnosed with it. And when her audience called her out for it, instead of being like, oh, I went to a therapist and got diagnosed with it, you know, last week or whatever, she just quit talking about it altogether. Kind of makes me think that she was just trying to jump on the ADHD train, because there's a lot of people that have done that, Amber. So whether she has it or not is kind of irrelevant. The point is that she was trying to claim that she had it without showing evidence or even mentioning that she had been diagnosed with it. So anyway.
I just can't help it. For the second category, I think a lot of those are reactionary, like an F you to the haters, and some of those are probably just rage bait. I don't think Anna's video here fits into either of those categories neatly, but she definitely has been begging the question a lot in a lot of her other videos.
So I've been on the Wegovy for about, I'm gonna say 8 months, and I just stopped losing weight. And I was keeping around 1,800 to 2,000 calorie diet, and I was training for my 5K. Over the last 6 months, I've had a lot of trouble losing weight. My body's changed, but I have lost weight, and I had started to really punish myself for it, reducing calories further, working out more. It wasn't healthy.
Plenty of
That one in particular irritates me, because she's obviously pushing this narrative of, you guys, I can't lose weight. It's so bad that I actually started doing unhealthy exercise, unhealthy amounts of exercise, and restricting my calories even further while I was on Wegovy. And I still couldn't lose weight. No, you weren't. You just weren't. I'm sorry. Stop that. I get that lipedema, once you have it, and it's not going anywhere, right? Aha, smarty glasses. I get that part. I do. The other side of that is, though, there are hundreds, if not thousands of examples of people on the internet, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, who also have lipedema, who have also lost weight while having lipedema, right? There's also people who are of a normal weight who have lipedema, and the lipedema only affects certain parts of your body, certain areas of your body, right? So yeah, they have abnormally large legs, abnormally large hips and ass. Like, yes, this happens. But you can lose weight because there is fat on your body, Anna, that is not lipedema. Also, there are varieties of treatments that can be done that aren't surgery that will help reduce the appearance of the lipedema. It doesn't make it go away. It just helps manage the swelling, the inflammation, and the overall appearance of the lipedema. Okay? Anna is lying. pure and simple.
People have tried their hands at calculating the calories in this video, and I think that's understandable. But the truth is, we will never know. We certainly don't know what kind of oil or dressing or sugar or other sneaky things like that are or are not hidden in these foods. We can't weigh or measure anything, which is extremely important for calorie counting, which leads me to my next point. None of this really matters, because even if this day of eating was pristine and she was in a calorie deficit, this is one single day, and it's also filmed and edited and curated for social media. And well, I can't say it any better than this.
This gal doesn't lie, people do.
The skill doesn't lie, people. Is that the name of his book? Bless Doctor now. Man's a national treasure. National treasure. Anyway.
What's also hilarious to me is this What I Eat in a Day was posted on TikTok the same day as the hashtag Bagelgate Instagram Reel and YouTube short. First of all, funny because that What I Eat in a Day sure didn't include a bagel mukbang. And also, I had to specify which platforms those videos are posted on because although she's been posting most of her content across all platforms lately, these two did not cross paths. She specifically posted Bagelgate to Instagram and YouTube and nowhere else, and she posted the What I Eat in a Day to TikTok and nowhere else.
And this is what I talk about when I say A, power dynamics, and B, trying to control her narrative. Anna, the important thing to understand about the different platforms, and this is why I'd like to know what her Facebook numbers look like, but I refuse to get back on Facebook. I like draw the line there. Though, he does mention she's on Threads. Anyway, her follower count, TikTok is 8.5 million. YouTube is 2.2 million. Instagram is like 1 point some change million. So Instagram is her Threads is her smallest following, where he'll talk about this in a minute. But, and I don't know if she has if she has a Twitter. I don't know. Anyway, when she posts things where she's admitting to shit, she will almost always post it only on Instagram. And she'll post some picture that has nothing to do with what she's actually talking about usually. And then whatever it is that she's apologizing for or admitting to, which is incredibly rare, by the way. This is not a very common practice for her on the top of it. It's usually buried in like the third or fourth paragraph in the description, or in the, it's called the description part of the Instagram post. So in the Instagram post. So most people, the way they use Instagram is they just look at the pictures. They might read the first couple sentences in the post, and then they move on, right? So Anna knows this. So Anna knows that if she buries things all the way down in the very bottom of a very long Instagram post, most people are not going to read it, right? But because she has posted it, and sometimes she'll hashtag it too, she can claim that, oh yeah, I totally posted that on my social media. You posted it on your Instagram, where your smallest audience is. If you really wanted your audience to know about it, if you really were sorry, or if you really were trying to raise awareness to the fact that you were on Wegovy, or when she went in and had her, she had like a DNC style surgery. I don't exactly know what all happened, but she had some kind of DNC style surgery back when I very first started reacting to her, because it was around the time that I was recovering from mine. But again, that was posted on her Instagram, and I still am not entirely clear what surgery she had. I'm just going off of the description that she gave. But that was all on Instagram. Nobody knew what kind of surgery she had, even though she would refer to, oh, I'm recovering. I'm in recovery right now. Recovery from what? And that's why everyone was speculating if she had had weight loss surgery, because this is while she was taking Wegovy and she had lost so much weight quickly. She lost like 50 pounds pretty fast, right? But because she buries it on Instagram, doesn't mention it on any of the other platforms, most of her audience has no idea what's going on. And she's okay with that. That's what she wants. And I kind of wonder how much gets missed because she's posting it on Facebook, because I imagine her Facebook following might not be that big. But again, I don't care enough to go look on Facebook. I really would rather never get on Facebook again. I'm not even joking. But now, he'll talk about it here in a minute. Now she's popping off on Threads, where she has a like comparatively minuscule following. She has an impressive one for Threads, considering what Threads is, but she's like popping off hot on Threads, right? Because she knows she has such a small audience there that most of the, well, several millions of people will never see these posts, except for us haters. And we're the assholes somehow because we're not allowing her to just obfuscate and lie. Which one of us is worse, Anna? The one of us who's trying to bury things? I mean, just don't mention it if you're not going to talk about it.
I think that was extremely purposeful. I have nothing against posting different things to different social media platforms. I keep most of my social media divided for different purposes.
I mean, yeah.
But this, come
But that's not what Anna's doing. That's not it at all, right?
on. It's so clear why she posted Bagelgate to YouTube. That's where her most open critics are. Her TikTok, though, has a much more positive audience. She didn't even mention the original bagel vlog there in the first place, so why would she want to drive that, like, super supportive audience to a YouTube video where she's being whiny and entitled? And I've seen so many people in her YouTube comments lately saying they used to be fans, but they just can't stand her behavior anymore. And honestly, although I was never at the point where I call myself a fan, I can relate. If you're new here, I first encountered Anna in a Megan Ann reaction video, and honestly, that video really inspired me to lose weight and get healthier. I just been feeling hopeless about my weight and feeling bad about myself, and then feeling bad for feeling bad about myself, if that makes sense. And I thought, well, if this very like body positive person can say, I want to lose weight and get healthier, I could too. But it didn't take me very long to realize that Anna was not the person I thought she was. And it's really fascinating to kind of watch in real time that happening for other people too. Okay, so there were a couple of other videos I wanted to talk about. The next one is from the following day.
Hi, my name is Anna. If you're new here, I'm a Lymphedema, and I am 10 days post-op now. And I just did something kind of major, and I didn't even think about it. And now that I've gotten to my NLT appointment, I'm like, whoa, I drove for the first time. And it didn't even feel like, oh, that's scary. I just did it. So now I'm doing my appointment, all ready for my NLT, and we'll see you guys on the other side. This is how you get your legs wrapped.
Why is she butt-ass naked? First off, the first part of the video, the first part of this, because it was very fast. The first part of this was Anna saying she just did something for the first time, and even though she's not supposed to do it, she did it anyway. I'm not entirely sure what she was talking about. And here she's getting her legs wrapped. I don't ever remember Jordan getting this weird packing material. Like, this is literally what it looks like, what you would wrap around a package when you were a fragile package, if you were moving or shipping it, right? So I don't understand what's going on here. Maybe somebody else can explain it to me, because it makes no sense. It's obviously part of her wrapping, because this lady, Colin's going to explain her to us in a minute. This lady is Miss Woo Woo Woody Woo, Lymph Church Woo. This woman, Anna really is dipping deep into alternative medicine and people who are just skirting the edge of not actually being doctors here. Like, we all started to wonder what the hell was going on with her lipedema doctor and her going all the way to LA to get surgery done that doesn't really seem to have done much, honestly. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't see a difference. But yeah, doctor shopping all the way to LA to find somebody who would actually perform the surgery on her, getting prescribed all of these like herbal supplements and shit, the homeopathy, though a lot of you have said the arnica gel helps with other things. That's cool and all. That doesn't make it not homeopathy. That's the problem with skepticism that a lot of people don't like. Like, I'm glad it worked for you. It doesn't mean it's not homeopathy. And this is the situation we are with here. Just from what Colin has dug up about this lady, she's a little out there, like a lot out there. And Anna's paying her good money for medical advice. Well, I assume she's paying her money for medical advice. This could be another one of those situations where Anna's getting free services to promote this woman, which makes it even worse, in my opinion.
Underneath the actual compression. So when I said I was like padded, I wasn't kidding. Like, this is actual padding. And I do this every time I come to NLT.
Why has she got padding on underneath it, though? I don't understand. Is it to make it more comfortable, maybe?
One thing that I'm really grateful I have post-surgery, and I had this before surgery, is an adjustable bed, because I can just put my feet up in the air. So I got my legs elevated, and this is what I'm reading today. It's been on my reading list for like ever, and since I have all the time out now, I'm gonna read another book. And yeah, I have snacks because I got bandaged today, so I deserve a little treat.
And yeah, I got snacks because I got bandaged today, so I deserve a treat. You just showed us you eating in a day, and you're eating snacks then too. Like, what did you do to deserve that treat? And like, why did you deserve the treat of the bagels? And what, you're just always finding an excuse to give yourself a treat, like the treat of the ice cream at the end of your what I eat in a day. What story are you constantly telling yourself that you constantly deserve a treat? Like, and I know that these Swedish fish that she's eating are the protein Swedish fish because she's shown them in her what I snack on in a day video, and she was all excited about them being protein. And so she thinks that they're a healthier snack because they've got protein in them. They're still Swedish fish. Don't get me wrong, I like a Swedish fish, but no, Anna. You don't deserve a treat because you did the thing you need to do to be healthy. That's not how this works, but whatever.
Recognize anyone? Yeah, that's our old friend Leah from Lymph Love Club.
So this little energy healing tip, I want you to take your hands, rub them together, drum up some energy.
Anna is a member of the Lymph Church congregation, it seems. If you missed my last video, Leah here is a manual lymphatic drainage specialist, and I think it's fair to say she's skeptical of conventional medicine. Basically, Western doctors have enough knowledge to diagnose you, but they don't necessarily have enough knowledge to treat you, because that makes a lot of sense. I do think lymphatic drainage has its place, especially for Anna, who just had surgery, and she also has lymphedema on top of her lipedema.
Yeah, see, I'm not slamming that part of it. That's not the issue I'm having. I'm having an issue with the practitioner herself.
But, see, when I first saw her post that everything she learned about lymphatic drainage she learned from Lymph Love Club, I just kind of assumed that she kind of gotten like self-care tips.
And that, between that post and her showing this woman actually wrapping her legs, tells me that Anna's probably getting some kind of discount or even free services from this woman for promotional purposes. Like, she calls this woman out by name. Anna doesn't promote anyone without some kind of kickback. Like, that's just not Anna's shtick. Even when she's helpfully telling people where she got her way too small compression garment from, or even the comforter on her bed, these are affiliate links. So Anna's getting a kickback from just telling you where she shops, right? There is absolutely no way in hell Anna's going to this woman and not getting some kind of kickback out of it, because she's mentioned her by name, added her in her posts, and also now has shown this woman on camera in one of her videos. So this woman's giving Anna some kind of service for free. Now, what she's getting in return is supposed access to all of these millions of followers that Anna supposedly has. But though somebody did point out, in all fairness, even if only like a fourth of the people that Anna claims to have as an audience are her actual audience, she still has a very large following. All right. So that is completely true. It's just not as big as Anna's trying to sell it as.
Tips from Leah's Instagram page. The fact that Anna is seeing Leah in person does kind of concern me a little bit. It kind of reminds me of something from my favorite podcast, Oh No, Ross and Carrie. They like,
Oh No, Ross and Carrie, by the way. I didn't even know they were still making episodes. Oh my God. They are amazing and always have been. They are funny as hell. They've done some pretty interesting, sometimes scary things. He'll explain it a little bit more. I'll see if I can't find a link to their podcast and put it down in the descriptions, though. You guys should go check it out. That one, Skeptics Guide to the Universe and Monster Talk. Those are like the OGs. And I loved cutting my teeth on that.
they investigate weird spiritual and like fringe science things. And one of their episodes was them attending a virtual homeopathy course. And the practitioner also naturally sold her own products, but there was one product that she wouldn't sell online. And that's something called a no-sode, which is basically a homeopathic version of a vaccine. And by that, I mean it is not a vaccine and it does not work. So this practitioner would only sell it to you if you met her in person. And Ross and Carrie kind of assumed there might be some kind of law or regulation that was preventing her from selling it online. But in addition to that, for me, I kind of wonder if there are some extra little pseudoscience-y things that are being passed along when people are meeting these kind of practitioners in person, in private. I think getting someone to meet you behind closed doors ironically kind of opens doors to spread more misinformation. Like, there are some things pseudoscience practitioners won't say online, or they'll speak in code because they know they could get in trouble. But if they can get you to come and talk to them in private, they can just say whatever they want with no retribution. Call me paranoid, but I'm kind of worried about Anna seeing Leah in person because who knows what other kinds of things she might be hearing. And
I think it's nice of Colin to be concerned about Anna in that way, because that's Colin giving Anna a lot more grace than I'm willing to give her at this point. Anna is a grown-ass adult. Anna and I are very close in age, so we've gone through pretty much the same life experiences. Anna and I are both from the Midwest. We are not both Mormons. But Anna and I have a lot of parallels in our lives, which causes me to not give Anna passes where some other people might, right? Because I kind of have some familiarity with what's going on with Anna. Also, I've read Anna's book. That's an eye-opener. I really don't want to tell people don't go read her book, because like it's everybody's always like, why does Anna do XYZ? You really should read her book. It really does explain why she does what she does. All of that being said, I think it's very nice of Colin to give Anna grace when it comes to, she might be getting bamboozled by this woman. She might be getting taken in by this woman. She might be innocent in this. I don't for a minute think she is. Only because of Anna's MO in the past. Anna doesn't do squat for free. Anna doesn't promote people for free. Anna doesn't talk about other creators or other medical. She doesn't talk about anything for free. Okay. And when she does, if she does, I just go back to the Newly thing. She was not sponsored to do a Newly clothing haul. And so she just tore them apart and then ended up crying on camera because nothing from Newly fit her, even though she picked everything out herself. And it was somehow Newly's fault. Same thing with the last Walmart haul she did, the Jessica Simpson Walmart haul. None of that shit fit her. And so by the end of it, she was like on the verge of tears. And somehow nothing fitting her was all Jessica Simpson's fault. But she wasn't sponsored for either of those two hauls. That's what you get from Anna if she mentions you and you're not sponsoring her, right? You get negative feedback. You get her almost in tears. You basically get called fat phobic. You're horrible people because your shit doesn't fit Anna, even though she's the one that picked everything out. Remember that. Okay? But she's singing this woman's praises. She's putting this woman in her videos. Same thing with Dr. Emmond. Nope, that's not his name. Same thing with the Roxbury Institute and their advanced lipedema treatment. These people are like amazing in Anna's world because she's getting something from them. She's getting free treatment. She might be getting money. I don't know. She's getting something from these people, and they are in turn getting access to her viewers, right? Her influence. So I'm not willing to give her the same level of grace. I'm concerned that she is turning to alternative medicine instead of listening to her doctors that she's mentioned she's gone to, who have all told her to do the conservative treatments and told her that her BMI is too high for surgery and that she needs to lose weight. She doesn't want to listen to those doctors because those doctors are telling her to do the things she doesn't want to do. Clean up her diet, exercise regularly, lose weight. She doesn't want to do those things. She'd rather just shortcut to the surgery. And I don't know what the lymphedema thing is, or the lymph drainage thing is. I guess they've scared her enough that she wants to go and get that done. Either way, I don't even think she'd be getting it done if this woman probably hadn't offered to do it for free or at a reduced price, right? So I am not willing to give Anna that level of grace. It's good that there's people like Colin out there who are, because I do feel like sometimes I'm a little hard on Anna, but that's just because like I don't like Anna's level of bullshit. Okay? And it's good that there's people that are out there that are willing to like balance my irritation with Anna. But at the same time, I'm not going to give Anna grace in this. She is compliant. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's getting into. I'm sorry. But also, Colin, on the topic of podcasts, if you would like to try something like Oh No, Ross and Carrie, I'm just saying, Oh No, Colin and Tiny has a ring to it. I'm not really joking.
And finally, Anna has posted a couple of videos about her mental health.
Today was just a really weird day. I woke up in one of those moods today where just everything sucked. I was sad I couldn't go outside because, my doctor told me that I need to spend less time outdoors because it's so hot that can, drive your swelling up. I was, mad that, I just don't feel like I have as many friends as I want to have, but, I don't know how to make friends because I'm an adult, and also now I can't do half the cool stuff that people do during the summer because I'm in, compression garments and going to surgery and all of that.
I get it. It's hard to make friends as an adult. It really is. Don't get me wrong. I get mental health days. I do. I guess maybe her surgeon did tell her not to go outside. It is hot. It has been hot. It's still hot. I get all of that. It's just when she does these kind of videos, they're just so, well, A, they're Amber Lynn coded, and B, they're just so disingenuous to me in general. I don't disagree with what she's talking about, and I don't think mental health should be taken lightly, but I just don't feel anything for her when she does these. They just feel fake. And that's probably because everything else that she does is fake. Again, going back to the concept of intent versus reception. Anna intends for these videos to go out. She intends for them to be, look at me, I'm overcoming my bad mental health day, or I understand what it's like to have a bad mental health day, or sometimes she'll do these weird pep talk videos. She hasn't done one in a while, but she'll do these weird pep talk videos where it's very much her trying to tell her audience, I get it. We all have bad days, but I rise above because I am a positivity queen, kind of a thing. It just comes off as Anna watched a television show one time on depression, and this is what she thinks depression looks like. It just comes off that way. I will 100% believe that Anna has depression. And I 100% believe she needs mental health help. And I also 100% don't believe she's getting adequate assistance just based off of the videos. BetterHelp is not your friend.
I was not happy with my body
Which I don't even know if she's still using because she hasn't mentioned them in a hot minute either.
because I just felt like it was fighting me. And then I looked at my house and it was a hot mess. So I was like, well, the one thing I can do is, fix that. So I was.
This is the other thing. It feels like she made a mess to clean it up. It doesn't, it's just a very strange, it just feels strange. And if she did, whatever, if this whole video staged, which is exactly how it feels, okay, I guess. But it just it adds to the disingenuousness of it. It just adds to that, it just makes it feel even more fake, which kind of makes it feel gross, I guess, is where I'm going with that.
Cleaning, all I could think about was you let it get this way, you're disgusting. And I just was in a really negative, terrible spot. And I think it's been a lot harder for me to wake up every day with a smile on my face when I can't do the thing that I used to do to bring myself a lot of joy, which is to exercise, right? I can't work out. And that really.
Can she also not bend her legs for some reason? Is that part of the compression garments? Does it make it so that you literally can't bend your knees? Because she doesn't bend her knees at all in this video. Or very, very little.
Has been a way I manage my mental health. And so I spent, most of the day cleaning my apartment, which was very productive, but also beating up on myself.
And I can really relate to a lot of that. It is really hard to keep on top of cleaning when you're struggling
100%.
mentally or physically, and then the mess just makes you feel worse about yourself, and it's just this whole spiral.
Yeah.
And I can also personally attest to how difficult it is to make friends as an adult, especially as an introvert, although I don't know if Anna would relate to that one in particular. And it just kind of makes me sad because I feel like she doesn't have anyone there to help her.
She doesn't, though. I don't remember exactly where I saw this, but someone pointed out that her mother and her sister both passed when she was young. Her brother does not talk to her. These are things that Anna herself has admitted. And she has a very strained relationship with her dad, which is why we never see her talk about her family at all in her videos. And she just literally doesn't have anyone in her corner. John, everyone always asks who John is, and some people are like, is that her boyfriend? And it's no, John's an employee. John is who she pays him. That doesn't mean they don't have a friendly relationship, but John is an employee of hers, right? And she's got one friend who doesn't live anywhere near her, and the other woman that we've seen her hang out with a few times is John's girlfriend or wife. So not even she's not even Anna's friend. She's Anna's employee's significant other, right? So she literally doesn't have friends. And that's really sad. That I really do feel for her on, because she really is just on her own, right? Even now when she's at home, she's having a rough time, she claims, you know, nobody's there with her. She doesn't have a friend who's checking in on her. She doesn't have a friend who's like bringing over soup and groceries, you know.
I think she had like one friend help drive her to her manual lymphatic drainage appointment once, but I don't know, now that she can drive herself, I don't really think she has anyone around to help her. And thankfully she's recovering well, but like, I'm thinking about the 3 surgeries she's going to have in the future. I think she just revealed that she's...
And where was the dog in any of those videos? Her laying on the bed, her showing us what she ate in a day, her cleaning her own apartment right now. Where was the dog? The dog was not there.
having one in August. And what if one of those surgeries doesn't go this smoothly? I mean, one of the reasons she went to Dr. Amron in the first place is because he doesn't have a BMI limit. And well, there's a reason a lot of surgeons do have a BMI limit, and that's because there's increased risk of complications. I just worry that she doesn't have the support system that I really feel like she needs. And that is something to worry about, and that's something I empathize with and feel for her. I have seen people really criticize Anna for things related to her mental health, and that's really kind of gotten on my nerves. Things like, like the skin picking problem, I have that too.
I didn't realize she had the skin picking problem, because I have gone after her about her skincare. So yeah. So Colin's calling me out and it's fine. So I didn't realize she had a skin picking problem. I don't know if that really changes my opinion too much. The breakouts themselves are not caused by the picking. The breakouts themselves are caused by poor hygiene and bad diet. So, and I think that's all I've ever said about her breakouts is that, I don't know, on the one hand, I can see what Colin is saying. On the other hand, I still think if she just clean up her diet and wash her face on the regular, I think that she wouldn't have as much problems with her skin, her face skin, as much as she does. I don't have skin picking.
My hands look terrible, and they've looked terrible since I was like 5 years old because I have an anxiety disorder. And it just really sucks to hear people like dogging on her for how her face looks. Like, that's not cool. And I've also seen people, dogging on her for how crappy her apartment looked before she cleaned it. And that I understand too,
I'm not dogging on her for how her apartment looked before she cleaned it, because trust me, I know. And I'm having a party tomorrow. It didn't look like a normal mess to me. It looked like she'd like thrown some stuff on the floor to have something to clean up. Does that make sense? Which, again, everything Anna does is performative. Video is inherently manipulative. It's entirely possible she created a mess just so she could clean it up. Whatever. The point that she was making during the video is still valid. Like, there's still mental health days. It's still hard to keep up with cleaning when you're feeling down. Like, all of that is still valid. The video, because it felt so fake, also makes the message she's bringing across feel fake. And that's part of the problem with Anna, and also Amber sometimes. If they are actually trying to be sincere, they have spent so much of their careers being fake and being insincere. When they are sincere, you miss it. And it's not taken the right way because people just are assuming. It's like the boy that cried wolf. People are just assuming you're being insincere and performative and lying. It's the unfortunate side effect of that.
I try to keep things looking decent in here, but sometimes mental health be mental health in. I do think it's plenty fair to say, like,
there's a reason I have a background. There's a reason you can't see the rest of the room.
She did mention recently she had been in therapy. I hope that's still the case because she didn't mention therapy in this TikTok as far as I could tell.
Same.
All of that being said, I have the perspective of thinking of Anna as a manipulator also, because this video was posted right in the wake of #BagelGate, and I think Anna might be laying it on a little thick here. Like, I'm recovering and I'm feeling horribly mentally and physically, and I hate myself and da-da-da-da. It's like,
that's what I'm talking about. Even Colin, who's much nicer than I am, even Colin is going, hey, don't go after Anna for the way that she looks. Don't go after Anna for the way that her apartment looks, because mental health be mental healthing, right? Even then, he says, but Anna's so much of a manipulator that I feel like this is manipulation. Past his prologue.
Maybe I'm just being heartless here, but it does feel a little bit motivated. But it doesn't stop there. There's actually a second part of this video.
I felt literally terrible about myself the whole day until I took a shower. Let me tell you when I showered.
See, this part of it, again, very performative, very fake feeling. But again, the overall message is not bad. It's not wrong. It's valid. Like, yeah, there are days where you just feel like absolute crap and then you take a shower and there's just something about taking a shower that just makes you feel better, right? Maybe it's just the act of getting clean makes you feel better. You've accomplished something for the day, right? Kind of a thing. But again, with Anna,
Oh, yes. Sweet for the relief.
where's the padding there? Does it disintegrate over time? Because that is not coming down. Her wrapping is not coming off of her leg in the way that I would expect it to if it had that packaging padding underneath it. Am I crazy?
I have to show you guys something. My piercing's almost gone. Literally 4 days ago, it was a mess. But now, just like little splatters, but it's pretty much gone.
And here's where I'm really going to be an ass. I don't see a difference here. I have a screenshot of this on my phone. I went back and compared it to her real recent videos on her different vacations where she's in a bikini, basically what she's wearing now. I don't see a difference at all, other than she's got some bruising on her legs, on the sides of her legs now. It is kind of weird. She says that the doctor took 11.5 liters of fat off of her hips, right? Her hip shelf, I think she was calling it. I would expect some kind of something, anything, except aside from just bruising. But like when she was putting on the arnica gel in that video, it didn't look different to me.
Isn't she lovely? Trash can.
I think that is funny. Isn't she lovely? Trash cart. I need a trash cart, I'm not gonna lie. That thing looks so nice to have.
And I also cleaned my room.
I don't know why that was so funny, but whatever.
So, apparently my...
Was the dog on the bed?
Isn't she lovely? Trash can. Isn't she lovely? And I also cleaned my room.
Okay. The dog's on the bed. Okay. Dog sighting.
So, apparently my day went like this. I hate myself. Oh my gosh, I'm healing! This whole thing's a roller coaster. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I said before that I thought I could tell a difference in Anna's legs post-surgery, but now I'm not so sure. I was trawling the Reddit, and some people had posted some like recent pre-surgery photos side by side with.
Yeah. I don't see a difference. I think this is one of her bathing suit hauls that she did on one of the 2 vacations she took right before this. I'm guessing, according to the timeline.
This one. And yeah, I have to say I really don't see much difference either. It's true there could be some swelling though, so I guess we'll see.
4 days out still? And actually, I think... Actually, that doesn't make sense either. Her most recent TikTok, she was saying she's 10 days out from surgery. So, and this video is recent. And she's saying she's 4 days out? Or maybe she was just saying 4 days ago there was a lot of bruising.
I'm just shocked, honestly, because there's another influencer named Kara. She goes by Pale Ginger Pear on social
Pale Ginger Pear is an amazing name, by the way.
media, and I think a lot of you probably have heard of her. She's actually one of the reasons I thought Anna was going to go see Dr. Jamie Schwartz for her surgery, because he did Kara's surgeries, and both of them are extremely public figures. Kara documents her surgeries very publicly. She posts a lot of before and after pictures, and these pictures are clearly...
Yeah, that's like... That's crazy. Now, Pale Ginger Pear does seem to have a lot more... Well, I don't honestly know. I was going to say she looks like she's got more fat on her. But her lipedema does look to be a lot more like Anna's lipedema too. So, like in the hips and the buttocks and the above the knee. But I mean, shit, look at that. And that's a tattoo. I thought it was a bandage.
Further out from surgery than Anna is now, but I mean, the difference is dramatic. And I kind of think that even if Kara had posted
Yeah, I mean, look at the difference here. She's even wearing the same outfit. But she's got like very prominent hip shelf and then not. And now she looks like a pear. She looks like an actual pear. But this is very similar to what Anna had. I feel like this is more pronounced. This is actually probably more on par with Anna right now. Either way, these two are very drastic differences. Anna's... I don't see a difference. Now she's 75 days post-op from her saddlebags, so...
pictures with a lot of swelling still, you'd still be able to tell like a massive difference. I'm not
Right.
saying Dr. Amron isn't a good surgeon, because there have been plenty of people who have been happy with their results from him, but I will just say I'm surprised to not see a bigger difference in Anna after her surgery, especially considering they removed 11.5 liters of tissue and fluid. But also, one of the main reasons Anna said she wanted to get surgery, if we ignore the timelines a little bit, is that she's experiencing pain. And she claims a lot of her pain was relieved like instantly after surgery. And if that's true, whether or not we can see a difference, I guess that would mean surgery has done its job. Anna actually just posted a new video today that I think will remind a lot of you of someone else.
He had something pop up that said today for him was July 17th. So 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago as of today, which is July 19th.
Recovering from my surgery. And the last couple days, I have felt like an angry teenager. My emotions have been like this. And I couldn't figure it out. I was like, what is going on with me? And then I talked to my friend Allison. Allison told
This one annoys me. I felt like an angry teenager. My hormones are all over the place. And then I talked to my friend Allison. Who is Allison? First off, I'm glad you have a friend. Secondly, is Allison a medical provider? Thirdly, why didn't your doctors tell you this? Do they not understand that fat is hormonally active? Like, I just thought that was common knowledge if you're in this, like, realm here. But apparently not. If, by the way, you don't know, one of the reasons why being stupid morbidly obese, or just obese in general, is adipose is hormonally active. It dumps estrogen into your system, which is why you see certain cancers, the risk for certain cancers go up exponentially the fatter you are, because your system is dumping more estrogen into your body than it's supposed to be there. I pulled this up just to double check myself. Estrone is the dominant adipose tissue estrogen in pre-menopausal women. Estrone is associated with various cancers. So the fatter you are, it's like with Amber. Amber has said her uterine cancer was caused because she's obese. She's right. Can you get that cancer without being obese? Yes. Do your chances of getting that cancer increase incredibly high the fatter you are? Yes. This is the reason. Adipose tissue produces other hormones as well. This is just the one we're focused on right this second, okay? And I just assumed that was common knowledge. I should not have assumed that, apparently, because Anna's doctors apparently don't know about it.
told me that when you get lymphedema surgery, it messes up your hormones. Basically, your estrogen is all out of freaking whack, and it sucks. I'm doing a lot of things to, like, give myself good energy. Little things like putting on a new compression garment. I'm taking a shower. I'm even
Does it fit you this time?
doing my fancy hair mask. I've needed to do this for a while. Today's gonna be a good day.
Was that her dry brushing? Using the back end of the brush? Oops, my bad. That's again.
Taking a shower. I'm even doing my fancy hair mask. I've needed to do this for a while. Today's gonna be a good day.
What is she doing with that brush? Like, it's the back end of the brush. It's not the... this is not the dry brushing I do. Oops.
I'm gonna do a little 24 karat magic. I'm gonna do my hair. It feels really pretty. It's amazing what a good hair day can do.
Her hair is thin like mine. I have this problem too, like, as you can tell. Like, when my hair, especially when my hair is clean, like brand new out of the shower clean, it's just flat. Flat.
This is the fit. Oh, look cute.
I'm not gonna lie, she looks cute in this. It's a good color on her. It's a good fit on her. It looks comfy. I don't like jumpsuits. I can't tell if it's a jumpsuit or not. It doesn't look like it is, but it might be. But either way, it's a good color on her. It brings out the rosy colors in her skin. She looks nice.
I've been saving this little Martin Echo notebook for something special. I know I'm gonna have more bad days post-surgery, so what I'm gonna do with this notebook is start making a list of all the things I want to do once I'm fully healed from all of the surgeries. Basically, new experiences I want to have in my new body. That way when things get tough or
New experiences I want to have in my new body. My new body. She really thinks that these surgeries are going to create and sculpt for her a brand new body. She really, okay, that nails it for me. She really does think that these surgeries are a shortcut to getting her new body. Not improve my health, not heal me, not treat my lipedema. Yeah. My new body. There you go. The Wegovy wasn't giving her her new body, so she's gone to the next drastic step, which would be surgery. Because diet and exercise and controlling what you eat and losing weight, that would be ridiculous. That won't give you a new body. The only way to get a brand new body is to go and have it surgically made. There you go.
things hurt or I just, I don't know, feel a little sad, I can remember why I'm doing this. I already have some ideas of what I want to add, but I'd love to hear what you guys think I should add.
So when I feel a little fat, I can look in my journal and remember why I'm doing this. Because my new body won't be fat. I'm inferring that part. Wow.
So, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Shower tutorial, journaling, oh, it's like coming home. Don't get me wrong, I want to be happy for her, but I also can't help but feel like these surgeries are too risky and also might not even be necessary. I feel like I reiterate this like every video and every 5 seconds within the video, but I genuinely believe that Anna has plenty of non-lipedema fat to lose. And I also think that if she were to lose that non-lipedema fat, I think that would alleviate a lot of her problems as well. And with these surgeries, I also feel like she's just getting her hopes up too much. I mean, talking about a new body.
Oh.
I sure hope the results from her other 3 surgeries are more noticeable if that's her expectation. Also, this video really did not help refute my theory that she's blaming her bad attitude on her health. It's hormones, guys, so you can't blame her for bagel raging. And
Yeah, I don't appreciate that shit, by the way. Your hormones are not everyone else's problem. They're just not. Your bad attitude is not everyone else's problem. People don't have to put up with you. If they are, it means they like you enough to deal with you, but which you should probably thank them for. But your bad attitude is not my problem. It's not anyone's problem except yours. And Anna is blaming anyone and everything for her behavior except herself.
And I do say raging because I found out, thank you again Reddit,
Oh yeah, this is the good part.
that Anna has been posting a lot about Bagelgate and just ranting in general on her threads. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to still be
The circus music in the background is my favorite part of this.
learning. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to not understand some things. It's okay to be overwhelmed. We're all just humans trying to do our best. Perfection doesn't exist, but good intentions do.
He will mention the numbers here on her threads, and he also puts forward the idea that she's popping off here because she has like no audience, basically. So she feels safe raging here because she doesn't think anyone will see it. You would think at this point in the game that Anna would understand that there are people that are watching her across all of her social media platforms and are putting 2 and 2 together. It is very risky for her to even get on threads and rage like this on threads. Like, Reddit caught this, right? I didn't know. I mean, I knew she had a threads because anyone who has an Instagram has threads, but I didn't know she was using it. And she's got quite a bit of interaction on here. She's got 54 comments. That's quite a bit of there's quite a bit of eyeballs and quite a bit of people interacting with her on threads. She's got people who are watching her threads. They are going to figure out the timeline from her threads, match it up with the shit that she's posting on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, and be able to put timelines together. Now, she can try to obfuscate the timeline as much as she wants, but people are still going to be able to put 2 and 2 together. It's not that hard. She's got people who are dedicated in documenting her because she's also shown that she's unreliable and that she will delete things. So you would think at this point she would learn not to do this or know not to do this. Like, these are, you know, that journal you've got, Anna? These are the thoughts you should probably be putting in that journal, not on the internet.
What's the dumbest thing someone has been mad at you for online? Probably would be the fact that I cried over a bagel or I accidentally left a tag on a shirt. When I say I'm sad, they say I'm playing the victim. When I say I'm angry, they say I'm ungrateful. When they say I'm afraid, they say I'm overreacting. When I say I'm happy, they say I'm delusional.
The point you're missing, Anna, is when you're sad about certain things, you are being the victim. You are purposefully using your sadness to play up your victimhood so that you can show it to your haters. When you're angry, you are being ungrateful, depending on what it is you're showing us that you're angry at, which typically is something you're just basically being ungrateful for. Like being angry that the cotton candy guy wasn't open when you went to go get cotton candy in New York. When you were angry that the guy was trying to take selfies at Grand Central in the spot you wanted to take pictures in. When you got angry at the bagel place for giving you the wrong bagel even though you didn't check the order. When you say you're afraid, they say you're overreacting because you're usually being performatively scared in your videos. That's the thing, Anna. We only see what you're showing us, and the stuff that you show us, you are overreacting, and you're doing it on purpose. It's not even like real overreacting, it's fake overreacting. And when you're happy, they say you're delusional. I've not seen you happy yet, honestly. I've seen you perform happiness, but I've not seen you actually happy. Maybe maybe when you were under anesthesia, you were a little loopy, but even then, I'm not willing to say that's actual happiness.
There's literally no way to win with them. Good thing I don't play to win.
You don't play the game at all, girl. You can't lose if you don't play.
And she responded to another thread that says, if you plan to become a content creator, be prepared to literally be misunderstood and roasted all the time, because people do not understand nuance or comedy. Crying emoji. It's truly exhausting sometimes.
I mean, it's true. If you plan to become a content creator, be prepared to literally be misunderstood and roasted all the time. Yes, if you're going to put yourself on the internet, especially with a name and a face, I'm not delusional. I understand. Like, Colin and I are in that same boat.
And Anna responded, this is the truest thing I've ever seen. I just add, people will also fill in any blanks with the most unhinged things possible.
Well, don't give us blanks to fill in, Anna. That's the best way to do that. Don't create blanks. People are still going to fill them in. People are still going to rewrite your story for their own purposes. It's going to happen. You just need to know that that's what's going to happen.
There was some speculation on the Reddit that Anna feels a little bit more free with her opinions there because it's a much smaller platform than some of her others. And I say a much smaller platform, but she's still got 128K followers there.
That's a lot for threads. That's a lot for threads. That's a crazy number. Can you buy followers on threads? You probably can't by now.
Small, relatively speaking, because she's got like 8-point-something million on TikTok. And that's not an invitation for anyone to go harassing Anna on threads or anywhere else for that matter. I do think she's being very goofy and manipulative with all of her recent posts, but don't take your complaints to her. That's what reaction channel comment sections are for. For anyone who would bully someone in my name, I will declare to you, I never knew you. Well, that's about all I've got for you today, friends. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.
Oh yeah, this. Her and Amber really do think they're 12-year-olds. And they really do think that they're something. By the way, guys, Anna's dance moves are way better than any street performer in New York, any child street performer in New York's ever could be. Do you not see these sweet, sweet moves over here? Anna is a dancing queen, young and free, only 17. I wanted to read this. I found this while I was looking on the Reddit, trying to find that post about the calorie count. And didn't find it, so my guess is I was on the farms. But this is on Reddit, and I'm gonna read this real quack. I'm going to read this real quick. This person says, I've been needing to vent this out. Please delete if not appropriate. So everyone is really getting on the whole crying over a bagel thing in her last New York blog. And while I think it's absolutely pathetic and showcases her issues with food, there is something that bothers me more than that. As a POC, bred and still living in New York City, I found it abhorrent that a 5'10" tall, quarter of a ton white woman who grew up in a wealthy, privileged family had the audacity to make fun of children of color at that, when they were street performing for tips. Anna has consistently made racially and culturally insensitive comments that truly show her ignorance towards any non-white person. The last comment prior to this that angered me was her complaining about going to Mexico on Cinco de Mayo for her free cruise. Like, no, Anna, Mexicans don't use the day as an excuse to drink the way white America does. The holiday actually has a historical significance to Mexico. The time before that was a skit she did where she and her friend speak with a borderline Spanish accent and mention a green card. But of course, Anna wouldn't know this because she's ignorant and uneducated. Now, Anna thinks it's funny to mock and make fun of a group of children who appear to be African American because their dance did not meet her standards of dance. These children are trying to do something productive with their time and talent, and there goes this jackass making fun of them. Like, Anna, honey, sweetie, have you seen yourself dance? You are no one to speak on anyone's dancing, but especially not children. Anna consistently makes ignorant comments towards comments/actions towards people of color, and it's really starting to tick me off. I'm not understanding how no one else is picking up on this. I have picked up on this, and I'm not like, I have picked up on this. This is something that I have called her out for on pretty much every travel vlog that she's done. She is culturally ignorant, to put it nicely, and she really doesn't seem to have an issue going after people of color, non-white folk, right? She really doesn't seem to have a problem making offhanded or snide comments about it. And I noticed this first when I did her Barcelona video, where I forget where exactly she's at, but she's somewhere in Spain. No, where's Barcelona? Barcelona. Anyway, I'll try to put the picture of the video up here. But she's walking down the street. I want to say it's Barcelona. And she's making this offhanded comment. Now, she's already frustrated because she can't find clothes that fit her there. That was like the thing. She was supposed to go shopping and buy some cute clothes while she was there. And she's like, she's bigger than she is now. And so she's already irritated at this point because she's hot. She's been walking around all day, and she can't find any clothes that fit her. So while she's walking down the street, she has to make this offhanded comment about pickpockets and how pickpockets like to target tourists there. And it was just, I had several people point out to me that yes, that area is kind of renowned for pickpocketing, apparently. That's fine. Anna didn't need to mention that. That was not something that needed to be said. The offhanded way that she kind of makes it sound and just kind of the reaction of the people around her when she says it really does kind of drive home the fact that she's just fucking oblivious about the words that come out of her mouth around the people she says them to, right? Anna will never probably say something just straight blatantly racist because it's just not in her genes. It's the little shit like this that adds up after a while. And this is what people talk about when they talk about institutionalized racism. It's not, oh, you can't have a job because you're the wrong color, or, you know, I don't hang out with people of that culture or anything like that. It's not the blatant shit. It's the little shit. It's, Anna making a crack about Cinco de Mayo and not understanding that Cinco de Mayo is actually a historical day with real significance that doesn't revolve around sombreros, drinking, and avocado dip. Anna doesn't know that because Anna didn't bother to learn. Anna, when she went to the Disney trip and she was doing the Junkaroo, I think it was called, no fucking clue what shit was going on. Didn't even bother to figure it out, right? She was just like, oh, look at this cute outfit that this person who's not like me has put together out of recycled materials. Isn't she cool? Isn't it cool? Yeah, Anna, why is it cool though? Why are they doing that? It is an unusual thing to do. Why does this have cultural significance to this group of people? I'm glad that you made a cardboard crown and then danced around a little bit at Disney, but why were you doing it? What was the significance of it other than to entertain a middle-aged white woman for an hour? That's why I call Disney out on that. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about cultural ignorance, right? This walking down New York and mocking children for dancing in the streets for money like street performers tend to do. They were children of color. Like, they were African American children, and Anna had no fucking problem not only saying their dancing was crap and no one will give you money. Fuck you, Anna. But would she have said that? Honest to God, would that have crossed her mind to say if that had been a group of white children? Like, the world may never know. But just judging by her behavior, her little microaggressions throughout every other video that she does where she's in another culture or around another group of people who are not white, I kind of have to lean towards maybe she may have thought that, but I don't think she would have put it in the video, kind of a thing. So I just wanted to read that because as I came across it, I was like, yeah, actually, I have noticed. And I don't think myself and this person are the only two people who have noticed that thing. So I think that a lot of people have noticed it. I just don't think maybe people knew how to like verbalize it. Like I said, I don't think Anna is like blatantly chest beatingly racist. I think Anna doesn't understand the fuck she's doing. I don't think she understands the words that come out of her mouth. And I don't think she understands how her actions are perceived by people outside of her little bubble. And that actually goes back into intent versus reception. Anna thinks she's being cool. Anna thinks she's showing off all the cool stuff that she does. She thinks that she's the bee's knees and that everyone should think that she's the queen of whatever it is she's decided to do that day. In the end, Anna's perceived as being being delusional and being ungrateful and being, what did she say? Anna's perceived as playing the victim. She's perceived as being ungrateful. She's perceived as overreacting. She's perceived as being delusional. She's perceived as being smug. She's perceived as being privileged. She's perceived as being all of these things because that's what she projects out onto the internet. That's not how Anna sees herself. Anna would never use those words to describe herself, right? Same thing with this. Anna would never describe herself this way. And I don't think in her heart of hearts she is. I think she doesn't understand how her actions and her words and her default setting comes across, right? She doesn't think any deeper than the second in front of her. Like calling these children, mocking these children for dancing, and then unfucking ironically posting 2 videos, 2 snaps on, or 2 TikToks of her dancing. Anna, honey, that's not a great look. And lots of people called you out for it. None of which did you respond to. So, whatever. If you have made it this far in the video, God bless. This was a really long one. Go ahead and put a salad emoji down in the comment section, only because I can't think of anything better. And let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. I know I went over a lot. I know Colin went over a lot. It was a good video on his end. I'm hoping it's a decent video here. Let me know what you guys think. I will be linking Colin's video down in the description. I'll also be linking the website to Oh No, Ross and Carrie if you guys are interested in checking out the podcast. I haven't listened to it in probably a decade at this point. I didn't even realize they were still making episodes. So that's pretty exciting to find out. And yeah, that's it. Your emoji is a salad. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you to the 7 of you that are going to hit the thumbs down button. Also, thank you. And yeah, again, let me know what you think, and I will see everybody in the next one. Bye!
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.